We're live on Instagram and the camera fell over. The phone fell over. Welcome, everyone. Get some chips out of my mouth. I don't know how this turns. Got an email telling me that we went live. That's good. We are on YouTube and Instagram. Welcome on Instagram. There's Lindsay.
I'm making a pizza, so just trying to finish it up and I'll be on.
Pizza, huh?
Pizza.
Not tacos?
Not tacos.
We're in Mexico. Pizza. We're not tacos.
Pizza.
I'm tired of tacos. Lindsay's making delicious pizza. We have cauliflower crust, right?
Cauliflower crust pizza.
Homemade pesto.
Homemade pesto. Rotisserie chicken. Some bacon that we got in San Ignacio.
Delicious
so
bacon.
So good. And then vegan cheese because I can't have regular cheese because it hurts my stomach. It's good.
Yeah, it's going to be delicious. Sundays,
sit down here.
We have a lot that we haven't shared. That's why I want to try to do these lives, to try to get some more of our lifestyle out there.
Why is this like gray looking? Here, let me get a towel. It looks even worse.
Thomas over on YouTube. So Lindsay and I have some health circumstances, nothing crazy or catastrophic at this point, but health is very important to us. And so Sundays we've turned into Sabbath days for ourselves, where we are not working. We're not looking at computer screens or phones or doing any of that, except for this, of course. This is a fun part of what we do. But we're not doing any kind of work. And I also fast for a full 24 hours.
Hey, guys.
Yep.
It's Tamara and Kelly. Hey.
So Sundays are a bit of a challenge because I will break my fast usually around 5:30. And that coincides with what we decided to do at 5 o'clock. Actually, we're going to do later, but we respect all the Yellowstone fans out there. Anyway, long story short.
Yellowstone's on anymore.
Yeah, but we're stuck on this time. This is a good time. So that's why Lindsay was cooking dinner while we were supposed to be live, because I am hungry.
Trying to eat early.
I'm hungry. I do intermittent fasting, so I will eat by 6, and then I won't touch food again until 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Lindsay joins me in the intermittent fasting. It's changed my life tremendously. So anyway, that is why Lindsay was in the background doing what she was doing. So this is a Q&A. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we are interested in answering questions that you specifically have. Topic always starts out at RVing and camping in Baja, but we'll answer.
Yep, because we are currently in Baja.
That is where we are. So, that is where we like to be.
Huck is on my back bothering me. Right
but with the Q&A, we will go in pretty much any direction you guys want to. So if you have questions about our lifestyle, kind of our RVing, the places that we've gone, why we treat our dogs like our children, it's because we don't have children.
Breath is awful. Ugh.
Question for those of you with children: do your children lick their own butts and then lick you like our children do? So we said the topic today was going to be our favorite places.
Yeah, our favorite places
in
to
Baja.
Go in Baja.
Our favorite places to go in Baja. Where do we see how many people are over here?
Right now, there's just one.
Oh.
That's what it looks like. We have 4 on YouTube.
All right. So I'm just trying to see how many great questions we're going to have coming in. So favorite places to go in Baja. On the count of 3.
I know what your favorite place is.
No, on the count of 3, we're going to shout out our favorite place.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. In-N-Out Burger.
That's not in Baja.
Oh, that's right. There's no In-N-Out Burger in Baja.
Why would you say In-N-Out Burger?
My favorite place, my happy place, would be the Bay of Conception.
Yeah.
You said La Paz.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little surprising. I'm a little surprised. Do we need to go to marriage counseling to work through some?
I love this. I love this city.
We should back up a little bit, because last time, if you joined us last time, we were in Los Barillas, which is around the East Cape. We are currently camped at one of the beaches at the very far end of La Paz. We're at Tecolote Beach, It's a free beach to camp on. Amazing views. It's sometimes windy, but right
Most of
now
the
it's
time it's
amazing.
windy, not sometimes.
Most of the times it's windy right now, and it was yesterday and all through the morning, but
Yeah.
now it is absolutely amazing. And we've got tons of Mexican families that have come out here to enjoy the weather.
On Sunday. Sunday's always like the local, all the locals come out to the beaches on
Sunday
Sunday.
fun day for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And as it starts to warm up, which I guess it's still cooling off, but as it starts to warm up, this place gets even crazier. So, Lindsay, you like La Paz. Tell me why you like La Paz.
I love La Paz. It's like, it's close to like all the cool, like it's just central. It has everything here that you need. There's whale sharks. You could go out to the island. You could go swim with sea lions. It's more tropical here than it is on the Bay of Conception. So there's like more reef. There's more to see if you want to go like snorkeling, stuff like that. Like I love the Bay of Conception, but I don't know. There's just something about La Paz.
Okay, do you drive in La Paz?
I do not, but if we had something smaller, I would.
Do you park in La Paz?
Mm-mm. But like I said,
Okay, that's why I didn't yell out La Paz, because we have a 31-foot motorhome. I do all the driving, and La Paz is a really cool city. I agree with Lindsay for all of those reasons, but it's a little challenging for me to fully enjoy it because it's a city, and cities are tough. But yeah, I'd throw some La Paz at you. Bay of Conception, for me, is kind of my happy spot. I think it started because it used to be what I call no cell phone beach, and that's changed now that we all have Starlink. So
yeah.
it's not as restrictive in terms of staying connected. But I think I used to love going there and unplugging for 7 to 10 days at a time, saying to all of our friends and all of our family, if you don't hear from us, no news is good news.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to disappear on this beach, and we're going to be no technology, no work. I would always think, because I'm always thinking work, but I'd dive into reading books and sitting on the beach and paddling our paddleboard, and it's a beautiful place. So, is there a bad place in Baja?
No,
Well,
I would say, well, maybe.
not a fan of Mexicali.
No,
Haven't been to
not
Tijuana.
a fan of
Not a
Tijuana.
fan of going to Tijuana.
Not a fan of Ensenada.
What about Cabo San Lucas? Tell me about Cabo, because since our last live video and now,
I mean, we went to Cabo. Never been to Cabo. We stayed at the marina. You can park there for 24 hours or even longer if you'd like. As long as you just have to pay. It was like 250 pesos for
15 pesos an hour.
for 24 hours. So we spent the night there. Nice big parking lot. Motorhome fit in there, and we were close to all the cool stuff. So the touristy things, and I mean, it was pretty. The bay was really nice. We took a water taxi out to the arch and
Saw the beaches and
saw
the sea
what we needed to
lions.
see, and that was pretty cool. Other than that, I can't say I liked it that much.
We let ourselves
Especially
be
outside of like the tourist area, it was just like your normal, like kind of dirty city.
We let ourselves be tourists a little bit, which was nice because we were able to just say, okay, we don't like go on vacation. That's the hard part about our lifestyle, is that we're not on vacation. But I had just set some money aside and said, okay, let's go and have a happy hour drink and a snack. Lindsay had already cooked food, so we knew we were going to eat that in the camper.
Yep.
But we said, let's just wander around, and if we wander into a restaurant and we want to have a happy hour drink, let's do it. Let's not think about the price of anything. Let's just go and enjoy it. The dogs enjoyed it, I think, that evening.
We walked around the marina. I love marinas.
Oh, we both love marinas.
We were happy there. It was nice. It was very touristy in a way that there were a lot of vendors that bugged us as we were having our
They were doing their jobs.
stuff that they were doing too.
They're doing their jobs.
So there was a lot of that. But other than that,
we went back
a cool experience
in an RV. It's not very RV friendly, and that was definitely, as Lindsay said,
not RV friendly at all.
Once you leave the marina, the driving in that city was a lot more challenging in the RV than La Paz. I was very happy to be back in La Paz, just because it was a different kind of city. Cabo is very, very busy. So Cabo won't make the list, but I did want to point out that we went there between last live video and now, and I was remarkably surprised at how much I enjoyed time there. And part of it was that we were the tourists. We went out on that boat. It was only $10 each.
Yeah, it was only 20
Plus,
bucks.
we tipped another
plus a tip.
$10 to the captain.
So-
We had a private tour too. We were on a and we went out by ourselves.
Why are you throwing stuff?
It just happens sometimes. We went out for the ride, and it was all by ourselves. And the captain was amazing. And so for $30, that's I think the best $30 that we spent.
Yeah.
In a place like Cabo. So you talked about La Paz. I have talked about the Bay of Conception. Those are two of our favorite places. Let's add a third favorite place.
A third favorite place.
Do you have a third favorite place?
A third favorite place. I mean, does the Bay of Conception include Mulahey?
No.
So Mulahey.
Mulahey. I'll
The
put Mulahey
city.
there.
Uh-huh.
Mulahey used to
Mulahey.
sit on top, right? Number one.
Mm-hmm.
We first visited.
We lived there for a couple of months.
Well, let's backtrack.
Yeah.
When we first came to Baja in 2019, we did like a lot of people will do in the first year of visiting.
There's my family.
And we went around. We saw everything we could possibly see. We had the truck camper. It was a little more agile. We could go a lot of different places that we will not go with the Pavement Princess. But we saw a lot of places, and Mulahey was one that just really stuck to us. So we said, when we go back, and we didn't think we were going back the next year at that time, but when we said, when we go back, let's live in Mulahey.
Yeah.
Let's give it a month or two. So we did, and we gave it a month or two, or almost 3 months last year of living in Mulahey. And that's a really cool town. We say it's a Mexican gringo town. It's got a lot of the comforts that you appreciate as a traveler, being able to get some groceries. Like, again, we eat healthy, so we could find, for the most part, find some healthy foods. But it's not overrun with gringos like places like, dare I say, Loreto, Los Barillas, and even parts of Todos Santos. And so we really like Mulahey because it's small. We can walk or bike everywhere. It's very affordable to live. It's close. It's 20 minutes to the Bay of Conception, so it's close to my happy spot.
Yeah, lots of nice beaches nearby. Mm-hmm.
We always make friends. That's where we've met the most people on YouTube. I don't know if any of you are watching right now, but we've met more people in Mulahey who are like, "You are Chris and Lindsay," and I'm like, "I know my name. How do you know my name?" And they're like, "Duh, you have a YouTube channel." I said duh like I'm a fifth grader. But anyway, we enjoy Mulahey because of all those reasons. So I'd say Mulahey is number 3. Dare we go to a number 4? Getting slim pickings.
Trying to think. Wow.
There are some cool places. Let's get away from favorites, because there are some places we've just visited, maybe on a day trip or maybe like with the truck camper.
El Triunfo, Cabo Pulmo.
Cabo Pulmo needs to be on the list.
Cabo Pulmo.
Even though we don't go there now, our RV is a little bit too big for Cabo Pulmo, but that is a beautiful national park at the
It's a national park.
The very
only
southern
one in
end.
Baja.
Oh, there's other national parks.
In Baja?
Mm-hmm.
What's the
In
other
the
national
mountains.
park? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know the names of them, but we drove past them with all the turnoffs. So anyway, it's a national park. It's beautiful. It's very hard to get to because the roads are in pretty bad shape. And so for that reason, there's a lot of no people. And usually whenever there's no people, there's more beauty, just natural beauty. And so Cabo Pulmo is full of that. Warm water, beautiful reefs. Its economy is now centered around fishing, or not fishing, around snorkeling and scuba diving.
Yeah.
Used to be around fishing, and the fishermen overfished the area and started to realize they were catching fewer and fewer fish. And if they continue to do this, the reef would disappear.
Yeah.
So they put a moratorium on themselves. This was about 20 years ago. And they said, we're going to stop fishing and we're going to start doing this thing called tourism or ecotourism. And it's booming for them. So all the fishermen turned into boat captains, and now they're doing pretty well for themselves, taking tourists out snorkeling and diving. And so Cabo Pulmo is an incredible place. It's just a little challenging to get to, but definitely should be on the list of top places to visit. Even though I can't say it's a favorite, we really only spent 2 days.
Yeah, we weren't there long
because we
didn't get to snorkel because the weather was bad.
Paddleboard. I got to paddleboard in the morning, and then the wind kicked up, and we didn't snorkel. The weather was bad,
but
we broke our truck at the time.
Definitely worth going.
Yeah. So, beautiful place. Definitely on the list. We are just talking. No questions have come in.
Any questions about Baja that we can answer? Oh, look at that! You can like share a video.
Oh, that's
on
cool.
Instagram.
You should show what you did yesterday.
I did on my stories. If anyone follows us on Instagram, you saw in our stories that I got to go on an airplane ride. I got to go on this. I just don't know. Oh, I guess
can't
you're right there.
fully
I
see
just
it.
don't know how you get off.
Sorry, YouTube, you can't see what Lindsay's sharing. It's a little two-seater. I don't even know what they're called. The engine's in the back. It's like a lawnmower engine, is what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's like a
And the
lawnmower
whale
flipped
sharks.
vertically.
Yeah. You can kind of see the
And
image there.
so we have a friend that we've made over the time of being down here, and that's his job. Is he takes people up flying, sightseeing. He actually will go and help coordinate people who are tracking wildlife in the area. So that was part of what Lindsay got to do. Is she got to go find out where the whale sharks were, how many there were they eating, were they not eating?
We saw like 15 whale sharks too. It was pretty awesome. A video.
Just come on.
Photo. Okay.
You're driving everybody crazy. Isn't she?
Half plane, half pontoon boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the 3 whale sharks.
Probably 2/3 pontoon boat and 1/3 plane.
They are badass. You can see the 3 whale sharks there. Pretty cool.
So that's a unique thing to do in La Paz.
And he does. So if you're in La Paz and you want to go on, charter his little airplane out.
His half plane, half pontoon boat.
Yeah, his little open air airplane. 100% worth it. He is a certified pilot. Like, he was trained in the U.S. He's also a marine biologist.
Yeah, he's definitely
amazing,
professional.
Amazing guy. Like, you would be 100% safe on that airplane. So
now, if I was doing it, you would not be safe.
No, he's not just some like random guy that built this airplane that goes out. Like, he's 100% legit.
And really amazing, awesome personality, very optimistic. I need to spend more time with him because I'll call it a realist. I'm not going to say a pessimist. But Siddharth is awesome because he's got a positive attitude about everything in life. So what else? Well, we can wrap this up and I can eat that pizza.
Yeah. Any questions about Baja from anyone? Favorite places? I would say another one of our places we really like is San Ignacio.
Tell me about San Ignacio.
It's just a cute little oasis town. It's in the middle of the state of Baja California Sur. There's also a lagoon that you can drive out to that you can see the gray whales. They're there from the end of January until usually the end of March. And you can take tours out there to go and see and pet the gray whales. And it's just a tiny little oasis town.
It's
really
the second oldest
river.
mission.
Yeah, the mission is gorgeous. Oh, it's so pretty.
It's got cobblestone streets, a lot of, I don't want to say original, but like over 100-year-old buildings that are not in ruins, but
it has a really cool like little square city center, and you can camp there. It's super safe. They allow you to park around the square if you'd want and camp for free.
We've always had amazing experiences, usually interacting with the kids in the area. That's Lindsay and I. If you know us, we like kids as long as they're not our own. And so we always end up playing soccer or throwing a ball around, or the dogs chasing kids in a fun way, not in a bad way. Because Baja, you get dogs chasing kids and it gets out of control. But anyway, San Ignacio is a cool little town. And that's definitely up there. Lots of really cool, beautiful places in Baja that we love going to. Maybe we should just turn this around for a minute,
so you can see our view. Sunday fun day.
You're so smart.
I'm so smart. I know how to flip the camera.
That's not possible on my MacBook Pro. Hopefully you saw that. This is that land off in the distance out there is it's an island. It's the island of Espiritu Santo, the Holy Spirit Island.
There are lots of beaches. Yeah, pretty much most of the beaches are dog friendly. So pretty much
I think every beach is dog friendly with responsible dog owners.
As long as you don't have to take like a boat or something to get there.
Yeah, there are like the Espiritu Santo is national protected. I think it's national park or national something. Can't take a dog out there. Same off the coast of Loreto, lots of islands that are protected. But yeah, the beaches are
you're welcome.
Super dog friendly.
And I mean, all of Baja is like super dog friendly. You go to restaurants, you can just bring your dog in. Most restaurants are open air down here, and they're all dog friendly. I mean, there's usually street dogs wandering in there to begin with, so
we've had
walking in with your own, it's fine.
There's been some times where we wanted to take the dogs and they weren't allowed to go.
Yeah, whatever, but most of them.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah. I mean, we're dog people. I've said that probably seven different ways.
And I tell people, like, if you have a dog that's like reactive to other dogs, I don't want to say don't come to Baja, but you're probably going to have a harder time just because there's so many dogs here. And if you don't have like a dog friendly dog, it's probably going to be a little hard down here with one, just because of all the dogs, just because it's so dog friendly here.
What is your sister saying?
$1 million? What do you mean, Dana? What do you mean by $1 million?
For those of you over on YouTube, we are doing this live, and those of you on Instagram.
Oh, maybe she meant $1 million view.
We are on YouTube on my computer, and we're on Lindsay's phone on Instagram, and so we're looking away. So if we don't give you full attention, yeah definitely. Actually, Dana, this view is not the $1 million view. This is the $0 view.
What do you mean?
Doesn't cost anything for this.
Oh yeah.
You just have to get here in time to park.
The view's worth $1 million, but it's free to camp here.
I keep hoping. I keep hoping in this. I hope this comes off in the right way, but I hope that the Baja California Sur government will start to charge for this place because it's needed to help clean it up. I think we collectively as travelers are taking advantage of the fact that it's free. So right now there's probably 40 vans.
There's so many RVs,
10, 15
vans parked on this beach, camped on this beach.
Yeah,
and then our really a beach that we spend a lot of time on, just a little north of here, is like
all
completely full. Like there's no room at all.
And so we are. If you hear the music, that's not us. That's the Mexican people coming here, enjoying the beach. And so I do feel bad that there are so many of us here having this $1 million view, because it should cost something. Like it should cost us something. It doesn't have to cost if you're coming here for the day. That's different. But that would give us trash pickup. There's no toilets out here, so we obviously with our RV we're self-contained. But a lot of people in homemade vans, DIY vans, don't necessarily think of
sometimes they don't have toilets.
Building a toilet in, so they have shovels, and there's only just so much dirt that you can bury poo in. There's probably a mathematical equation out there for that, but. This place, sometimes I feel bad that we have $1 million view without paying.
In fact, there's a favorite beach of ours that is currently getting shut down by local homeowners in the area, because of that reason.
On the Pacific side, yeah.
And it's sad.
Because people aren't being...
I love camping at that beach.
Travelers aren't being responsible. And there's things that we probably don't do to everybody's standards. But there's just some common standards that should exist in this community that weren't being heeded, and there was just a lot of poo, and so when the campers there were no trash cans or no toilets out there, unlike some of the other beaches that we've stayed at where they have at least a pit toilet.
At least there's trash cans here, and then if you didn't want to dig a hole, there are bathrooms up by the restaurants on the beach.
You have to go, you have to walk quarter to a half mile or a mile, or depending on where you're camping. But at least there's that. These other places didn't have that, and travelers were abusing that. And so I am all for cracking down on irresponsible travelers. And that means if we have to pay $10 a night to camp here, it's $1 million view.
It's worth the $10.
It's worth the $10. I don't know if I'd pay $20.
Yeah,
but
no, not 20.
We're stingy. Carrie, thanks for following along.
Thanks for following.
Yeah, we love that you're still following along with us many, many years later. We're going on 5 years on the road. On March 28th of 2018, we hit our first mile on the road, and and March 28th is coming up, not too fast. We'll be leaving Baja at that point, so I don't want to think about that. But yeah, it has been a wonderful 5 years on the road. Obviously, Baja is a special place for us. That's why we have made it our winter destination. That's why we started a website, wrote a book, and why we want to help as many people as possible come here. So we are an open book. Any more questions? 30 minutes seems to be like a good
Yeah, it
spot.
seems like our standard live.
Yeah, so we've got 3 minutes coming up on 30 minutes. So we'll cut it there if we get some more questions. Let me see if I can put Lindsay on the spot. When was your first kiss? Did she blush? Is she blushing?
When was my first kiss? Well, it was you.
Aww.
I don't remember the exact date. Am I supposed to remember?
It was
the
Ryan.
exact date?
It's Ryan Wilson's anniversary,
yes,
because it was after Ryan Wilson, Ryan C. Wilson. He's not watching, but if he does, Ryan C. Wilson's wedding, and I got my first kiss after the wedding. So I put you on the spot. Let's see what else can I put you on the spot on. Oh, I got one. Who's your favorite sibling?
Stop! Don't say that.
Again, for those of you on YouTube, Lindsay's entire family's over
Dana.
on Instagram.
Hey, Dana.
Where's Garrett?
He's not on here.
Garrett's not on there?
There's Taylor.
What other embarrassing questions can I ask?
I can't say favorite. Dana. Can't say favorite niece anymore because I've got other. Duh.
Who? What else?
Who's Garrett? Yeah.
Spoken like a good older sibling. Let's see.
Hey, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark. And go Dogs.
Oh no, you said it.
No, but I said some words in between that I muffled out. Only you heard what I said. It's been a good week for the Bulldogs. So
And how about them Jaguars?
Yeah, Jacksonville. We're from Jacksonville.
Goodness.
We finally have a reason to be watching football.
Except we turned the game off yesterday. First half was awful.
Because every time we try to watch the football game, it goes bad, and then we turn it off, and then they come back and win.
I was the favorite niece for 16 years. I know. I was starting to say that. Oh, there's Rich.
So what's
for post Baja?
Oh,
question. We actually had that all planned out.
For once,
which is not usual for us.
This time last year,
we have no plans.
We were considering Wyoming. We were considering Northern California.
We had no idea. This time last year, we had no idea what.
No idea, and we stumbled into We went to Wyoming and stumbled into an amazing opportunity in South Dakota.
Mark, Duval.
Yeah. So what happened this year is that I decided I needed certainty. I can get a little panicky because when Lindsay and I got married, I told her there's 2 things she'll never have to worry about. One is wearing a watch, which sometimes I regret. Hey, Lindsay, it's time to go. And she's like, what do you mean it's time to go? Number 2 is I told her not to worry about money. And so I take all of that worry on and I just say, Lindsay, here's the deal. Times are getting tough for us and we got to do something. Tell me what's in your heart to do. And so we hashed it out. I definitely needed a little certainty to enjoy Baja this year because next year in Baja is going to be different. We've alluded to that in past videos, but I wanted to do more than just work my entire time here. I wanted to be able to relax a little bit, knowing that we were going into a job. And so what is post Baja? Well, first thing, we're going to Georgia.
Yeah, we are going to Georgia.
If they'll have us after all these live videos, hopefully you'll allow my sarcasm and bitter humor. Then we're going to swing down into Florida, go see my family, go see your brother, go see our friends, your best friend, all our family in Florida through mid-April and into May. And then I'll let Lindsay take it from there.
And then from there, we are driving all the way to South Dakota.
Yep. We're going back to the old jobs that we had. And they were fantastic jobs last summer.
We had an amazing manager. The people we worked with were amazing. We were in a beautiful place. We know the area now. So, and with the recession
in it, around it, whatever, we just wanted a little certainty.
We have a little job security. Yep. We'll both be managing. So
I'll get to be your boss. Again.
Kind of.
Again.
I'm going to be manager of that general store.
Lindsay's going to manage the general store. I'm going to be the assistant general manager of the whole lodge.
Yeah.
So I report to one amazing person. I don't like calling her a boss, T. If you're watching, I know sometimes you check in. You're not my boss. You're my friend who happens to tell me what to do. But I absolutely love this place I'm back to in South Dakota. And so, yeah.
What is that?
That is somebody
Show.
who doesn't need to be around.
Oh, what are they saying?
I don't know.
Huh.
So anyway, so yeah, that's our post plans, and that's going to spill into, again, we usually don't plan this far ahead, but it spills all the way into our fall plans, which is, of course, to come back here to Baja. But we're going to be leading some caravans next year.
We want to do some caravans. So if anybody is interested in traveling to Baja in your RV or in your car or tent or however you want to travel down here, come along with us.
We're going to have 10 spots between 2 trips that we're going to do. We're going to be putting all this out later. For those of you who aren't interested in Baja, just bear with us. But for those of you who are or are considering it, the premium trips, they are going to come at a cost because we are going to take care of all of the logistics for you 100% of the way. All you're going to have to do is get in your vehicle and drive, set up your tent if you're tent camping, but just get to a place, and then we're going to say, okay, here's a schedule for the day. Go out and do this, have a great time, or take the day off and sit on the beach with your toes in the water and your, how does Zach Brown say it, butt in the sand or whatever. So we're going to handle all the logistics. We're going to take you to the best places. We're going to introduce you to the most amazing people that we know, get on some pretty awesome tours, and that's how we're going to spend our winter next year.
Yeah, do Baja our way.
Yep.
Our style.
Yep, we're going to do a really unique Chris and Lindsay Called to Wander Baja caravan. Again, there's going to be 2 of them. They're going to be themed differently. The first one's going to be a little bit more our style, a lot more boondocking, a lot more volunteering opportunities. It's going to be before Christmas, so we're going to be caravanning with particular things to bring down to some of the Mexican people that we know will appreciate having things, from medical supplies to winter clothes. Shoes are always important for kids. So we're going to be talking more about that. As we get closer, we're going to be doing some collecting of those things so we can bring them down. And so our people come with us. If you're joining us on the caravan, we aren't going to force you to, but we want to invite you into that part of our experience, why we love Baja so much, and how it's become our own personal kind of mission for us to make it better. Not make it better, make it the best it can be. So so that was a long answer, I think, to the question, but that was an awesome question. We do hate talking about the future. God willing, nothing changes. Part of going to South Dakota is we have incredible insurance, health insurance we can use in pretty much any state in the U.S., and we're doing all of our medical checkups. And so there's always some anxiety when we do that. Lindsay has Crohn's disease. I have fatty liver, have high cholesterol, fatty liver. I was on the edge with diabetes, pre-diabetes, and so constantly fighting all that. And so anytime I personally go do blood work, it could change my attitude drastically and what our plans are. So, and same with Lindsay, if she gets blood work back that says that Crohn's is on the edge of acting up or whatever, that will change our plans. Or if there's anything that happens in our families or with close friends, obviously those things matter and that changes us as well. But this is our big plan that we're, God willing, going to be able to do. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, Carrie. We, you know us pretty well, I think, and that is our heart. Well, we've rolled over a half an hour.
Yeah.
And no questions. Any questions coming over from the YouTube side? I'm going to look right at you right now. Full attention.
We got 7 people on.
But no questions. So, Instagram, any questions? You get my full attention?
Otherwise, we're probably going to sign off.
Anybody want to see me
and eat dinner?
Pick Lindsay's nose? I'm not looking at you. I'm trying to do it watching the camera. Well, in that case, we will see you next week.
Next week?
Sunday, we should be here.
Any other days that are better than Sunday?
Because every day is Monday. and every day's Friday, and every day's Sunday for us.
Mm-hmm.
For
I feel
now.
like Sunday's better than like Friday and Saturday because I feel like that's when people go and do stuff. Let's see. This is our first trip down the Baja. We do like the boondock. What things do you recommend taking for school kids?
Awesome question. Are you in Baja right now, or you're still gearing up to come down? Like something you can grab and bring with
Mm-hmm.
you? Because there might be some unique things. But so one thing that was really big off the top of my mind, and this is if you're still connected to the U.S. So the question is, what to bring down for kids in Baja?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So one of the things that we've participated in helping out with is distributing lower level kids books in English.
Yep.
Because the kids are in school learning English, and so particularly if they're more popular books, and obviously like picture books, things that provide context. Same thing. Lindsay and I are still working on our Spanish and learning our Spanish, so the elementary level books help us, and that's where these kids are. So that is a kind of a unique but very valuable thing.
Yeah, a lot of schools here do teach English to the kids. So, you're
Okay.
going to Puerto Penasco. Okay.
Yeah. So that's probably not something you're going to be able to grab last minute.
Yeah.
Some of the things, shoes for whatever reason are always in high need, particularly with kids. You guys hear that music? It's distracting me. We have like 3 different cars
I
around
know,
us
right?
blasting
They're
music.
all playing different
Um,
Lukeville.
So shoes, and you can pick up, if you just want to buy stuff in Mexico, you can pick up cheap shoes. But you don't want to just go and give them to kids on the street. That could be a little awkward. If not, like dog fight. Hopefully that stops.
Well, I think they're kind of
so
play fighting.
So to go back, yeah, I can't.
Not really, like, yeah. Don't worry about it.
That's an awful sound. Hey. All right, we got to answer this question because it's a great question. It's right in line with us. So, what I would say is that there's nothing that kids won't appreciate. Maybe grab some if you can get it. Stop. If you can hit up a Walmart and grab some like Little Debbie's snack cakes, or like, it's not the holidays, like we like giving out the holiday ones that had all the colors and stuff. Candy generically, yeah, the 3 will cut across. The kids need shoes in the winter. Clothing is important because winter clothing isn't something you think about.
Yeah, probably like sweaters,
blankets,
jackets, because it can get cold in San Felipe.
We've met a lot of
northern
people,
parts of Baja.
A lot of people who knit like to make their own sweaters, and obviously you guys are coming tomorrow, so it's not something you're going to whip together right away. But definitely, when it comes to the kids, coloring books and crayons. And I will tell you, the interaction with the kids is probably the best thing that you can offer. So if you have something you can use as an icebreaker with kids that you run into, because you're going to run into kids that are just hanging out, like we said in San Ignacio, kids are just hanging out in the square. If you have something, ours with Everest was always just a ball that makes noise that we would play soccer, and Everest would chase the ball and the kids would chase Everest, and it was just something super easy to entertain with. Coloring books or little toys, little games that you or your kids would enjoy, that you can engage with the kids as well. And then just depending on your contacts, we don't have a full list of contacts available for how you can actually go to a school or go to an orphanage, because there is an agency. We were foster parents before we left on the road, and it was very highly regulated in the United States. And then in Mexico, there is governmental regulation. It's not a free for all, so you can't just walk into an orphanage and drop off a bunch of goodies. But there are a lot of ways that you can engage kids, and I think, like when we spent a week between Christmas and New Year's, our first year in that orphanage, the one thing those kids wanted to do more than anything, we couldn't give them anything, we couldn't do anything other than get them off property and walk around.
They wanted to go for a walk.
They just wanted to hike with us. And we've got pictures and different posts. If you go to our website, Called to Wander, and if you search volunteering in Baja, you'll probably pull up some of these examples we're talking about. But I got pictures and video of these kids just holding on to Lindsay's hands, just wanting to hold her hand and walk on the street. So you don't have to take a whole lot. You can do a whole lot just by being willing to do that. And that goes for kids, but also there's a lot of need with adults as well.
They are
So-
coming down to La Paz.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so definitely if you want to see some ways that we've volunteered in the past, go to calledtowander.com and you can search for volunteering in Baja. And we have a specific post on there. In some cases, we have different examples of stories of things that we did and how we were able to engage the communities, because most of the things in Baja and probably all of mainland Mexico aren't online. Most of the ways that you can contribute is actually getting to a place and just asking around. So that's another reason we love Mulegé, is because there's so many locals that are working with so many tourists to make the town operate better. Like
yeah,
the Rotary is there.
I would say if they're coming to La Paz, I would think Casa Buena would be a good
Place to
dropping-
connect to.
a good place to connect with, and La Paz to like donate stuff. Because Susu and Milton there would be able to. I think,
I'm not putting words in either
Yeah.
of their mouths. Susu and Milton at Casa Buena. It's a bed and breakfast in La Paz. It's definitely, we stayed there for 2 weeks our first year down, just to give ourselves a break. And you had a friend come in and hang out with us for a little bit. But Casa Buena and La Paz is a great place to connect. Susu actually has a horse equine therapy program, but again, we can't speak to that. Oh yeah, we can add notes.
Yeah, is it like volunteering? Do you know like the actual?
No, I don't know, but if you go to our website and there's a search thing, or you can just search in the Google browser called To Wander and then hit spacebar, search. Those of you tech tip there, it'll pull up whatever's related to that topic on that particular website. So excellent question. We might have put some people to sleep. We lost some YouTube viewers because they don't care about the kids. The ones that are here
And the
care,
ones that left.
but the ones that left, they didn't hear me say that anyway. So anyway, that was a joke. I like the joke. If you didn't know that about me, I like the joke. All right. I'm getting hungry. We just went 14 minutes over our 30 minutes trying to give Dana as much FaceTime. Remember, Dana, you have a phone. She has a phone.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Perfect.
Thanks for the questions.
Can I ask in advance, Dana, and Mark, can we get a thumbs up that we can stay for 3 or 4
She said
nights? Yeah.
She said yep earlier.
Sweet,
Thanks
'cause
for that.
I'm already building the plan. Let's see what else.
Oh, let me see.
Perfect.
Good, because we're coming. See you in April.
Yep.
Or March. April, probably.
April. All right. Well, on that note, thank you very much for joining, as always.
Yep.
Our wander would not be the same without those of you taking the time to continue to be a part of our story and part of our journey. Send us questions anytime. Make sure to
Not months.
make sure to send us a message anytime. If there's any particular topic you want us to cover in more detail, send us a message, send us an email, hello@calledtowander.com, and we will bring that up as a topic that we'll discuss in depth, or we'll just be covering whatever we cover as Huckleberry licks Lindsay. Hey, how'd your butt taste?
Ew.
How'd your butt taste?
Stop.
Did it taste good?
Gross.
Did it taste good? All right.
All right.
Thanks again.
See you, friends.
We'll see you.
See you next week.